Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I am here with Parsa, Naeem, and Evie, and today we have a follow-up of our top 10 lists. So we've done left back, right back, goalies. We're going to switch it up a little bit, okay? We're going to go into a more advanced role. We are going to be doing the top 10 cams in the world. So center attacking midfielders, okay? Same as the previous list that we've done. It is not based just on current form or anything like that. It is based on like personal preference, the quality that you think these midfielders have at the end of the day. So that's the interesting part about these lists that we're doing, okay? Basically, all the players have to be like a cam essentially on transfer market on the website. So that's how we did it. Before we continue, as always, like, share, and subscribe. We are continuing on the road to 100 subscribers. So help us out with that if you can. Always appreciate it, okay? But without further ado, same as the other lists previously, I believe it's 8 of us this time that have sent over our individual lists. We combine all the points together essentially, and then we have a combined list between all 8 of us for the best cam in the world according to the FG podcast, okay? I will let you know before we start who took part in this, okay? So 8 people. It's the most that we've had actually so far. So it's me, Parsa, Evie, Naeem, so all of us that are here. And then we have Greg, Serge, Matt, and Parham as well, okay?
Odegaard's included.
Oh, yeah, Odegaard's in there, man. That's so biased.
I'm dead. We'll get there. We'll get there. Between all 8 of us, we have 19 players in total. We are going to start off with the mans that basically got some sympathy votes, okay? 2 players ended up in 16th spot with 1 point. The first player is Nico Paz, okay?
Oh, what a player, man.
Yeah.
What a player.
The only person that had him was actually Matt. And then the other player was Justin Kluivert. The only person that had Justin Kluivert in there was Serge. Naeem, I saw you get excited about Nico Paz. Just briefly.
Dude, he's going to be our starting for Argentina one day, and that's someone I probably missed. I should have had in my top 10 list. I don't know why I didn't even think of him. Dude, Nico Paz, he's racking up. I think like he has a stat where he has the most chances created in the seriea, and then he's also like up there for like across Europe for chances creation. He has quite a lot of assists. I think he's only 20 years old. He's on loan from Real Madrid. He's just thriving under Cesc Fabregas. He's like the main star of Como. Very underrated. I'm sorry, Nico Paz, for not including him in my top 10 for how much I've watched him throughout the season, but he's very talented, man.
Like I said, the other player that we had was Justin Kluivert. Honestly, a little bit about Justin Kluivert. I can talk about him since his dad is a former Barca man, I guess. Same with Nico. Like, I feel like this has been like their proper like breakout season in terms of what he's doing over at Bournemouth as well. Yep. He's had some very, very good games. Got a hat trick in one game. I can't remember exactly what it was, but he broke a record or something like that as well. I feel like if Arias was included in the list, he would probably have Justin Kluivert in there as well. Because up the cherries with that brother, you know that he's biased as fuck when it comes to his teams. No, decent shout for a 1-pointer, I would say. Anyways, one point is done. We're going to continue in 15th spot. 2 players with 2 points, okay? So these are kind of like the pity points. We're still at those. So the first player that ended up with 2 points is Lucas Paqueta, okay? The brother that has a gambling addiction. The only person that had him in at 9th is Serge. The other player that ended up with 2 points is Madison. The only person that had Madison in there is Naeem. Naeem had him in at 9th. So why'd you have Madison in there, brother?
Dude, Madison is a pure 10, man. Like, when I made that list, when you asked me, like, I was thinking of pure 10s, and I just could not have Madison in that list. He's not really like a center mid or a box-to-box. He's just a creative outlet for Spurs. He's really good for Leicester as well. He takes us up pieces, takes the corners. He's a dead ball specialist. I think like Spurs have missed him when he was out injured.
That brother's a beta, bro. Every time he tries to copy someone's Selly, they just dunk on him after. Who was it? Saka did the same. I think Neil Mope as well did the same or something like that. I'm pretty sure. That brother's unoriginal, bro. He needs to make up his own celebration or some shit like that. But yeah, no, the other person that we had, like I said, is Lucas Paqueta. I thought about him, but I assume no one wants to touch that brother since he has those charges looming around. So we don't even know if he's going to be around in the next 6 months or something like that. But he was at Milan at one point, right? Was he a flop there? I think he was a flop, no? Technically?
He started off well, but like there was a lot of change of coaching like schemes, and his style of play doesn't really fit. Like he's like a more playmaking center mid, kind of like what Rangers is doing now. But like even when he was at Lyon, he was very fun to watch. But
yeah,
we are going to be having players here that we think that could have been better in a specific role. But like we said, we just based it off a transfer market, right? So everyone has kind of the same criteria. We are going to continue with a player that ended up with 4 points. Only one person had this player in, and that was Naeem. Naeem had De Ketelaere in at 7.
No,
the only person.
Come on, Charles De Ketelaere.
No, bro, he's a flop.
I think he's doing quite well at Atalanta. I think
he had him at 7.
Seven, that's way too
Seven?
high.
Bro, there's so many good players, bro. There's no
Yeah,
way you're
yeah.
Yeah, but
having
he's
seven.
having a really good
Five.
season. The
That's
past few
wow.
seasons he's been
Six
alright.
attacking
Off
is
of
better
one
than him.
season, bro. Wasn't he a
It's
flop at
too
your
okay.
team?
He was good. Was he not good last season?
Wasn't he a flop at Milan, bro?
But first
Was
off,
he not
plays
good
like
last
a
season?
striker. He's not really a cam.
Bro, he's a
second
cam.
striker. He's a second striker, I swear, bro.
Yeah, I'm saying, yeah.
Yeah,
He's like a
again,
false nine.
depends what it is on transfer market. We can't.
I don't
Depends.
even know what it is on transfer market, but I think it's your 10.
I forgot. This guy was drunk when he sent me over his.
Oh yeah, bro. I was on a bender, and he's like, "It's your top 10 AM." So I'm like, well, the first thing I tell him is like,
You had every failed Milan cam in that fucking list. man.
no. Actually, here's the first message I sent to him. I was like, Wirtz, Musiala, everyone else ain't a 10. Everyone else ass, bro.
No, but I'll let you know right now, all of you guys. There's one player that he didn't mention in there that I was surprised that he didn't. But we'll get to it when we get
Okay.
to it. You'll probably be like, oh, or maybe you just thought it was a different position. I'm not too sure, but anyways.
Bro, CDK has the stats. He's been really good in Champions League. He's been really good in Serie You guys need to answer. Like Parsa and Evie, was he not good last season for Atalanta? He was not at Milan last season. He was at
Any
Atalanta.
striker would be good for Atalanta. Luis Muriel is a fucking better than Ronaldo R9 at this point, man.
Bro, I'll be
Maybe
honest, I
top
didn't
15, top 20.
include anyone from Serie A or League One in my list because I can't like take that seriously.
Well, that's crazy.
So we are going to continue with number 13. And 13th spot we have Brahim Diaz, 5 points. Okay.
5 points. Who else had him then?
It was just you, bro. You were the only person that had him. You had Brahim
Yeah,
Diaz in at
I'm
6. You had him in at 6.
Enough of the Milan failed cams.
Bro,
Like,
what is this?
Yo,
list,
he was
bro?
part of the team that won the Scudetto,
Yo, did
and
you
he
make
played
this
as an
list?
attacking midfielder.
You made this when you were
wait,
drunk,
before the
right?
team that won the Champions League last year, no one mentioned him for that.
But again, I took a look at it. Brahim Diaz is a right winger on transfer market, bro. So
He's
this guy,
a stinky right winger.
this guy wasted 5 points for no reason, basically, because that's not
No.
even gonna get.
He's more of a cam,
Bro. Bro, I was like typing it up. He's like, send it by 9 p.m. I'm like half assing this list. I'm like, shit, who are these cams that he's speaking of? So
So at Milan he was a cam, but at Madrid he's a right winger though. I'll be honest with you though.
Guler plays there, not Brahim Diaz.
Guler
right?
doesn't play anywhere. Guler is heating up the bench, bro. That brother doesn't play anywhere. But basically, brother, you wasted 5 points for no reason. Essentially, you could have had that for someone else. That we will go down the line. Anyways, boys, we will continue. Okay, 12th spot. We have 2 players tied in with 6 points. The first one is actually we rate this shout. Sunset is the first one. So Evie had him in there at 9, and then Matt had him in there at 7, which is pretty decent.
Player of the month for La Liga.
Those are the only people that had him in there. Okay.
First of all, I like that he's young and he's very versatile. He can play striker, he can play center mid, he can get the job done.
Yeah, he's very good.
And I was checking his stats. This guy scored 15 goals in the league, bro. Like that's very impressive. If we're putting in mans like CDK and Brahim Diaz, bro, we gotta. He's only gonna get better, right? Like I think he's only gonna get
He
better.
kind of reminds me of Jude in a lot of ways.
No, yeah, Sunset is very good. He's been doing it for a while now. I'm surprised that he's been linked to Arsenal. I can see him fitting in there, honestly, if they move away from like Odegaard.
Yeah.
Very, very good shot, I would say, boys. But the other player that ended up with 6 points was Bernardo Silva.
Oh,
Okay.
come on. Why is he even in this list, bro?
I'll
Like,
let
this,
you
guy,
know.
this guy's fighting to stay at City right now, bro. He's fighting to stay
Okay.
at City. Like, they don't want him.
Bro, quality alone. If we're talking about quality,
And he's not a cam, bro. He's more of
Yeah,
a
he's not a
winger, or
cam.
he plays on the
He's a
center
cam on
mid. He
transfer
doesn't. I
market.
don't even remember the last time he played
on
cam.
transfer market, let's not do he's not a this, he's not except for
We're
Brahim
looking at
Diaz.
market, he's
We
a
did it
cam.
based off
Dude,
of transfer market. Yeah.
I did it based
No,
off my eyes, bro. Look, man, fuck transfer market. I'm just telling you what I see.
Bro, like, I have mans messaging me left and right. Does he count? Does he count? I was like, yo, let's just do it this way, and then I don't get a million messages.
Yeah, that's true.
But anyways, so Bernardo Silva, I had him in actually. I had him in at 10. Evie, the reason that Evie's protecting him is because Evie had him in at 6, and we are the only
Bro,
people
out
that
of
had him in.
quality alone, technical quality,
Six
he's
is
insane.
Crazy.
Yeah, he's
bro.
fallen off. Like I'm not talking about
Six
form
is
only.
crazy.
Bro, I don't think he plays as an attacking midfielder. I just don't.
Brother,
think
you had Brahim Diaz at 6, bro.
Bro, but it doesn't matter. Bernardo doesn't make Bernardo Silva
He doesn't even
more of
play as
a.
an attacking
That doesn't
midfielder.
even
I
make
don't-
Bernardo Silva an
I-
attacking midfielder.
I think 2 years ago
Him
it would
for the
make
guidelines.
sense.
Bro, like,
sixth, fifth
Bernardo
place,
Silva
but,
doesn't even play there. You have
Yeah,
right
but
wingers.
neither does Brahim Diaz this year. If we were doing that, like Bernardo, bro. Speak about Bernardo, bro. Like the technical quality, what you were saying.
Bro,
Because you
again,
had him relatively high, bro. You had him like 6, so you got to say something about that, brother.
You know what? If we did this next year, I probably wouldn't even have him. But again,
Same,
like
probably.
I've seen him with the ball, dude. The way he moves is amazing and uses both feet. Again, like his tight dribbling's insane. And again, at Monaco, he was insane too as a cam. Like if you want to see him in that traditional role.
I had him in at 10 just because I do think he's dropped off, bro, in terms of like the physical aspect of thing, but he still has a technical quality at the end of the day. I can't deny that. We're talking like this, but that brother dissed us technically. Because you seen that interview that he did a couple of days ago? He's like, yo, if people are saying that we're old,
Yeah,
they don't
shut
understand
up.
footy. So technically, according to him, we don't understand footy. But anyways, yeah, Bernardo Silva and Sunset, those were the two players that ended up in 12th. Now, 11th spot with 10 points. An EPL man. We have Morgan Gibbs-White. I will let you know who had him in there.
That's a good shout.
So, Parsa had Gibbs-White in at 7. Naeem had Gibbs-White in at 5. You're the only ones.
I think he's having a breakthrough season. Even last season, he was quite good, and like with the cast he has around him compared to like Chelsea and Man City, I think like he's just standing out. He has better numbers than some of the bigger names in the league. You know, he's gonna be playing Champions League next season. So good shout.
Parsa,
Yeah,
anything?
I think he's the heart of that team in a lot of ways. Nottingham is like popping off this year, and people are seeing his true value. I've seen rumors with Manchester City wanting to replace KDB with him. I don't know how valid like those rumors are or if they're true, but I mean honestly, if they are,
He's a United fan. He's a diehard United fan.
yeah, and I mean the fact that those links are happening. I mean, City doesn't go after anyone, right? Like this guy is quality, bro. And beyond just chance creation, he's actually really good in the mid. Like I think he has like really good defensive stats for a cam. So he's really involved with the team in general, tracking back. So I thought, you know, with the current form of the team and himself, he's deserving of a top 10.
I don't think he had the best season last season, though. I think the one before
No.
and this season,
Yeah.
those are like the two big ones, in my opinion. But last
Yeah.
season, I mean, Forest in general, they were like near relegation or whatever, right? So, but yeah, no, this year they're all killing it. But great shout. We are going to start our top 10. Okay, that was honorable mentions. Those are all done. 11 points in 10th spot. So 1 point above Gibbs White. We have a fellow Englishman. We have another Morgan Rogers, actually. I will let you know who had the Villa man in there. So Evie had Rogers in at 8. Greg had Rogers in at 10. Matt had Rogers in at 6. And then Parham had Rogers in at 9. Evie, you're the only one from us four that had him in. So why'd you have Morgan Rogers in there?
Yeah, it was between him or Gibbs White for me, and I picked Rogers just because he's been like I think more of an exciting player. I think Gibbs White also started off really hot, and he's kind of like slowed down a bit now, but he's also doing it like in the UCL, right? So
Yeah.
that's also like what was like the factor that came into it for me.
No, yeah, great shout. Honestly, like Gibbs White and Morgan Rogers, I feel like you can kind of interchange
It's a
them.
50-50. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, like I feel like some
It's
people
actually
prefer
surprising
Gibbs.
it ended up like that too, because it really is. Like I was kind of stuck between
Yeah.
those two for the Englishman.
Yeah. Okay, so 9th place, 15 points. We have La Masia product. We have Xavi Simmons in there. Okay,
Yeah.
so I will let you know where we had him. Parsa had Simmons in at 9. Evie did not have Xavi Simmons in there. Naeem had Simmons in at 8. Greg had Simmons in at 9. Serge did not have Xavi Simmons in there. Matt did not have Xavi Simmons in there. Parham had Xavi Simmons in there at 10. And I had him the highest. I had him in at 4. I know Serge why he didn't have him, because he let me know. He's like, I haven't watched enough of him, and I don't want to include someone that I haven't watched enough of.
I think he's like a top 15 camp, but I never rated him that high. Even like when for the Netherlands, right? Like he's always like he can actually go cold, and then he'll have one good minute, and like he'll score a goal, and then like it'll bring up his like rating, right? Like and yeah, like again, like his output has not been that good this season. I think maybe last year he was a bit better, and also like he's like big piece in the Netherlands team, which is why I was like, okay, like he's top 15, maybe like top 12 or something, but like something about him just never excites me, and he just keeps getting older and older, and like his game hasn't improved that much. So
Man, that's cap.
I don't know. Like you're talking kind of shit
I don't know
right now,
about
bro.
that, bro.
How old is he?
About
That
that
brother's
shit,
still like
Bro,
21.
He's like
He's
You're
21,
making it
bro.
sound like it's 80,
21,
bro.
He's 21.
What are you saying
is he
right
actually
now?
21?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. He's been around since like 14, bro. That's why.
Okay, but you know his game hasn't actually improved at all. If he's
I don't
actually
know about
I
that,
don't know about that,
bro.
bro. That's
What
let
are
me
we
hear what you guys have to
saying?
say.
First of all, Amirali's gonna have a bounty on your head because of that. I can't lie. I think he's special, bro. Just because he can play
So
kind of like
special.
he can play left wing as well and cam. Even like a second striker type of
Rogers
thing
can
if
do
you
that
need.
too. Morgan Rogers can do
Not
that.
to that level, bro.
But Xavi
please.
Simmons has been doing it for a few years though. That's the thing.
I don't think he's quick enough to be a left winger, bro.
Bro.
He's been doing it, bro. He's played it for Leipzig.
Bro, he has
played
one of
it
the best
for
dribble
Netherlands
takes.
as well.
He has one of the best dribble success rates as a cam, I think, in Bundesliga. I think he's like either just like edging Musiala or just right behind him. Like he's like the flair king in that league. Is insane.
Leipzig without him him are a different
Nothing.
team
It
completely,
doesn't
bro.
even
They're nothing
exist.
without him, bro.
Doesn't even exist. You saying he's not like good for Netherlands? I don't know about that, bro. Because like this guy was giving like that team so much heat, bro. Like some of
Bro,
Did
the
that's
he-
what I mean. Like he always
He
fails
scored
the
a
eye
banger,
test.
too,
Like,
I
Didn't he
swear.
score? Who did he score against? I swear, yeah, he scored in the Euros against someone. It was an important goal, bro.
That's
he
what I
against
mean.
Came on
He'll
and he
England?
scored.
score one.
Was he against
Like he'll
England
have
or
1 minute of actually
Spain?
playing well, but you'll be ghost the whole game. I
No,
swear
he
to
came
God-
in as a sub, bro, and he scored.
No, bro, I swear to God, when I've actually seen him play, he's literally been invisible. And we've actually talked about this and been like, yo, he's been shit. He's been shit this game. Like, he's
Yeah.
so overrated, I think. But yeah, I didn't know. You know what? He's 21, right? So
Yeah.
maybe he will get better. Bro.
How old did you think he was, bro? Like mid
I also
20s?
thought he was 26, bro. I don't know why I thought that.
He's been around, to be fair.
Yeah, he was 16, I guess, when he started off, right?
If the name like Xavi, it's in the name, man. He's got
Yeah.
33 goal contributions at 19 years old, and then he won the PSV the title.
Nah, I forgot what he
33
did
goal
for PSV,
contributions
bro.
at 19 years old. How many other 19 years old Euros have done that?
Bro, at
Yeah.
PSV,
In the Eredivisie, even in the Eredivisie, Luis
Yeah.
Suarez was there. Did
Bro,
he
the
do
only
that?
reason you're saying he's slowing down is because he had such a peak early on that
Yeah.
now people are kind of like, oh, he's not that special when he is special, but it's just he blew up so early. Like it's like Lamine Yamal, like 4 years from now
no,
dropping
but the
like
thing is, like, even when he did blow up, right, he was at PSG, and he actually did not play well.
He also he doesn't seem like he wants to be there, if I'm being honest with you. Like he was kind of pushing to leave.
he wants to play in the real league, bro. Let's be real. Like he doesn't want to play in that shit.
Crazy, bro. Not against the
Yeah.
baguette munchers,
I mean-
bro. We are going to continue. In 8th spot with 20 points, we have, if we did this based off of overall quality, he would be number 1, I feel like. But we have KDB. Okay, I had him in at 9. Parsa had him in at 5. Evie did not have him. Naeem did not have him. Greg had him in at 8. Serge had him in at 8. Matt had him in at 9. Param had him in at 7.
I'm not gonna lie, I basically forgot about
I forgot
him.
too, bro. I forgot.
KDB, bro.
Yeah,
Bro,
I
he's
forgot.
pretty much retired now. Like,
He
let's
literally
be-
just had a great game last game, bro.
he's not gonna be there next year, bro.
Bro, he literally
What's
was man
up?
of the match against Crystal Palace, I think.
I would replace him with Odegaard in my list.
I
But
think Brahim
again,
Diaz would replace him. with
If we're
Pedro.
gonna take retired ballers, I'm gonna put Isco in there.
Yeah,
I
James
don't
Rodriguez
know.
in there too, bro.
Nah, but don't say that because you had Bernardo Silva in there, bro. And Bernardo Silva is kind
Bro,
of the same thing as
I play
KDB.
every day, though.
Bro, KDB is more relevant right now than Bernardo Silva, bro.
100%. Yeah.
I can't remember the last time Bernardo Silva like made an impact, like a proper impact in a game besides the dribbling
He's
aspect
more
of
busy
it.
beefing mans than actually playing games.
KDB, the only reason that I had him down is just because of the fitness. Like I think his legs are kind of gone. That's it.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
other than that, like
Can
the
I- can I-
quality's still there, bro. He can literally play for 15 minutes and he can make a change.
Can I
That's the thing
speak
with
on
KDB.
that since I had him the
In my
highest?
head, I think he's more
Yeah.
finished than Bernardo Silva, which is why.
Crazy.
But
Parsa, yeah, you had him
Well,
the highest.
I think that, like I just have to give him his shots. I think he's the best cam in the history of EPL. I don't think he's the best midfielder. Like if we're talking just central midfield, like you gotta choose one. I don't think so. I think like it's still like Scholes. You got like the legends. Like best cam hands down. Odegaard has 2 games more than him, but let's just say like they have the same amount of games, 22, 24. Odegaard's at 6 goals and assists in the EPL right now. He's at 10, and he's playing in a much more dysfunctional team. His hamstrings are cooked, bro. It's like that video where the guy's at the cookout and like he hits the meat and it just falls off.
Yeah.
When he does pop off, the passes that he can make are the type of stuff that no one else can do. Maybe only a select few people in the world. He's still very special, so I think he was still deserving of that top 5. He won't even be in this list next year,
Yeah.
realistically. But this was kind of like a goodbye shout to the GOAT.
It's interesting because he said that he might continue in Europe somewhere, eh? And he was like, even in England, you never know. So I don't think he will.
He can play in League One, bro, or
that's-
Serie A, but I don't know about the other ones.
What about Bundesliga, bro? So Serie is shittier than Bundesliga according to you?
Bro, I'm sorry, but I only watch.
Man,
like,
how much
Inter play.
Seriea do you watch like every weekend? How much?
Dead
Serie
ass,
are you
I
actually,
don't
like...
watch anything.
All right, there we go.
Other than Inter,
Alright,
who
there we go.
I really rate Inter. Inter's a
There
fantastic
we go.
team, great system. I don't watch it, bro, because I see
Yeah,
like AC Milan is like
yeah,
losing to
it's
like
always Inzaghi this, Inzaghi that, but never the players. The players are just me. Everything's Inzaghi.
bro. How can I take that league seriously every time Evie's raging at Milan losing to some fucking Nona's
There we go.
meatballs or some shit like that? Nona's
Salmonella.
meatballs FC. Salmon.
That's just Milan, bro. Didn't
Juve plays terrorist ball, bro. Like that league falling off, man.
Juve's got a new coach though. Their tutor's been decent.
Igor. But yeah, anyways, KDB, much love. Honestly, he's probably one of like I would say top 5 favorite midfielders for me personally. I loved KDB, bro. He's so good.
You're a City fan, bro. We know.
Yeah. Joster's the biggest City fan I've seen, bro.
Yes, sir. That brother was turking for a treble.
That's crazy, bro. Don't tell me that.
That's crazy, bro.
That
That's
actually
like
ruins
me.
my night.
That's
That
like
actually
me
ruins my night.
twerking for Madrid getting a treble this year, bro. That's actually insane, bro. I can't even fathom
Bro.
that, man. Anyways,
That's actually-
anyways. He's
That
gonna
was another rage bait.
he's
from
gonna
Tom,
he's
bro.
gonna resign from the podcast, bro.
It's
When he
gonna be a
watches
lawsuit, bro.
this. Alrighty. Okay. So KDB 8th spot, 7th spot, 26 points. We have.
Yo, can I just say something? If Odegaard finishes top 5, I'm leaving this. I'm leaving this.
You're
meeting
leaving
right
this
now,
one,
bro.
bro. This
Like,
meeting.
you guys take that on, bro. If that brother finished, he has 6 goals, assists in the EPL right now, bro. Just saying. If he's in top 5, I'm out.
Well, speak of the devil.
And
he's
knowing
actually
Parham,
7th. He's 7th.
oh, thank
Yes.
you,
So he's
bro.
7th. I will let you know. So I had him in at 8. Parsa also had him in at 8. Evie had him in at 10. Naeem did not have that brother in there at all. Greg had him in at 5, the highest. Shocker. Serge had him in at 7. Matt had him in at 8. And then Parham also had him in at 5. So Greg and Parham, the Arsenal mans,
Of course, bro.
obviously had that brother in the highest. Even
Matt
though
had
he
him
does,
big, though.
even though he does jack
Embarrassing,
shit in there. Naeem, you didn't have him at all. Preach to me,
I
brother.
think
Preach
he's
to me.
So overrated, man. I think Martin Odegaard. I think he's so overrated. Like
Thank
he
you.
he can't put his impact on the game. Like we've all seen that in the Madrid. Like he wasn't there. I don't think so. Like every time a big game comes up, where does he go? He goes missing. He goes to what's it called? He goes back to Sociedad. Every single other attacking midfield that we all have, they can play with their right foot. Odegaard. What the hell? He can't make a pass with his right foot. Trust me, I've seen him try to play a pass with
He
his
always
right
gets
foot.
the ball.
That
Does
stupid
stupid turn
fucking
to go on his
360
fucking
scam.
right.
Yeah, he'd rather go Trivela than use his
Oh
right
my
foot. What
God.
kind of professional thinks like that, bro? Like,
Man was hiding Declan Rice free kicks with his fucking bullshit.
Bro, it's probably the most important position to be 2-footed in at a camp.
100%.
Because you want to put that
100%.
ball in any direction without taking too much time. And this guy can. He's 1-footed. He's Anthony basically in camp.
Yeah, and he hides, man. In games when he's the captain of Arsenal, he hides. You can see that. He's not.
Saka
captain
is the
material.
heart of that team, and we've seen
Yeah.
it.
They also play better without him, honestly.
Bro, it's just
Yeah.
I don't know about that. They don't play better without him, bro.
I don't
I
know.
wouldn't say better, but he doesn't have a crazy impact.
I think he's replaceable. That's the
yeah,
thing.
100%.
For sure.
But has Odegaard ever been the best cam in the EPL?
No.
No.
It's either been
No.
KDB. Well, it's always been KDB for the last 5 years, and then Bruno's been second.
I remember when Arsenal mans were saying that Odegaard is the best cam in the EPL
Fuck
at
no,
one
bro.
point.
There's
That's
just
crazy.
never. That's just a wild.
Yeah, I don't think he's ever been the best cam, bro. I think he had that one season where he had good statistics or whatnot.
2022, yeah.
But still, even then, I'm pretty sure like Bruno was up there as well with him or some shit like
Yeah,
that.
they're saying he was better than Bruno. That's the craziest debate I've seen on Twitter. That Odegaard's better than Bruno Fernandes.
No, I'm sorry. That's just the most delusional
Yeah.
take.
Nothing much to be said about Odegaard. I think he is an overrated player, as you guys said. Naeem said why he didn't have him, but we also all of us literally have him relatively low, like
Everyone
8th to
knows ball
10th,
here, bro. I'm happy. Everyone knows ball here.
except for the Arsenal man.
Yeah,
Essentially,
except for the Arsenal man. Like, I'm glad, bro.
Matt had him in at 8 though, and I swear Matt was raving about him at one point. No,
8 as an Arsenal fan. Like, I think that's fair. Like, I get
but
that.
I feel like 2
Yeah.
years ago they were. That's the thing. This is the thing with Arsenal mans, bro. Every player that has a good season, they go ahead and they super glaze that brother. After that, let's say that they go back to their regular form or whatnot. Then they're like, yo, like this guy's aight or whatnot. Like same thing with Odegaard. At one point they were glazing him, and I remember the Arsenal mans in our pod as well. At one point, some Arsenal mans were saying that Odegaard is more important to them than Saka at one
Bro,
point.
No,
please.
that's crazy, man.
No, man.
And then we saw like the actual truth to it. But like I remember when he was out, when he was out for a while, Saka was still playing, and the Arsenal mans were like, "Yo, we're missing Odegaard. That's our best player, most important player." Blah 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 blah. And then Saka went out, and then they were like, "Yo, Saka's our best player, our most important player. We're missing him so much." So that's the thing, bro. They glaze every player that they have so much to a certain extent where it's just unbearable as a fan base.
Yeah, he's such a replaceable
Yeah.
player on that team.
If you replace Madison with that stinky baller, like I think Madison strives.
Yeah, 100%.
I think Madison thrives better than
100%.
Odegaard does, and you put Odegaard in the reverse situation where Madison is,
Yeah.
he does even worse than he is right now.
Alrighty, boys. Enough of the Arsenal roasting. The deserved, I would say. But anyways, we continue to number 6. 1 point above Odegaard with 27 points. We have Dani Olmo. I will let you know where we all had Dani Olmo. So, Parsa had him in at 10. Evie had him in at 7. Naeem also had him in at 10. Greg had him in at 7. Serge had him in at 5. Matt did not have Dani Olmo in there. Parham had him in at 8. And I had him in the highest. I had him in at 3, actually.
That's wild.
That's a little too high, bro.
That's a little too much.
I love
But
that.
I get
brother.
it. I get it.
No,
I get
my
it.
top
I get
three.
it.
My
No.
top three
He was one of the best players in the Euros, bro. Don't even cap.
My
Don't
top
even
three are
cap.
undisputed,
Don't
bro.
even cap. Dani Olmo was one of the best players in the Euros. At Leipzig, he was sick as well. He's the
Yeah.
I
reason
swear that
why.
brother was a bench player.
No, bro. What are you
No, he
talking
wasn't.
about?
No, he
He
wasn't
came
a
in.
bench
He
player.
came in and he played every game when Pedri got injured.
Yeah.
And
There you go. He wasn't starting.
what do you mean? And then he literally did every. He contributed to like every single.
No, I
game,
know.
bro.
That's
What are
why
you talking
I
about?
have him in my list too. But I wouldn't say he's top 3.
Bro. Dani Olmo is very good. Bro, like Dani Olmo
Have
is
y'all
insane,
registered
man.
him yet?
What? Yeah, we did.
Have y'all registered him yet?
We did. We had to go to court 5 fucking times because we already know that corrupt league how it works. But anyways, Dani Olmo for me, why I had him in that 3rd is I think he's a very very good cam in terms of what I like. Touch, dribbling, very good in tight spaces, can shoot, can use both feet as well. Has this one turn that he does like literally in the box where it's just so good. And the one that he did against France, in case you guys remember the goal. That's why I had him high up there for me personally. But
Honestly, every team has been in, he's also like contributed like every time. Like the goals are there, the assists are there. And
the only thing is injuries. I will say that.
Yeah.
That's the
also
only thing.
his work rate is actually pretty good.
Yeah,
like
he has
I'm
good work
always
rate.
seeing him do something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He never I never be like, oh, he's actually like a flop or he's like doing bad. He always passes the eye test too, right?
Yeah.
So,
I don't have
Like-
much to say about him because like I didn't really see him that much this year. But the moments that I did see him, he adapted to that Barca team very fast. First of all, which was it's always a good sign of a quality player. He was like maybe a top 3 player for Spain. Like you can argue he was better than Nico and Lamine in some ways. There could be an argument for that. I think if he wasn't injured, he could be a top 5. So I see your point. He could be a top 5 in this list if he had a healthy season. He would have taken a lot of assists and goals away from Rafinha, Lamine Yamal, Lewandowski. Like I think next year he'll be higher if we do the same thing. But injuries, man, we'll see. Like you guys have a lot of problems with those, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, again, for me, it was quality, bro. But, like, I think of the Euros, he scored against Germany, I'm pretty sure. He scored against France. Like, in the big moments, he done it. Last year, he was... When Kane came in, they're like, yo, Kane is going to win trophies. He scored a hat-trick in the Super Cup final against Bayern, basically, to win Leipzig the Super Cup. That's what I'm saying. It's just the injuries. But I didn't take injuries into account when I did mine, so that's the thing. I just based it off of quality.
Why was KDB so low for you?
Because KDB, his legs are gone. There's a difference. Not like injuries. Like when he's playing, he also doesn't seem like he's able
slow?
physically.
Fair.
Yeah, he's not able like physically.
Fair.
Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
This guy's so 2-footed, man. He can play left wing, he can play right wing, and I was like, holy, I was like over the moon with this guy. Like he's a talented teenager. Like I really want to be Milan to get him. And then obviously did really well at Zagreb and then went to Leipzig. I think there was just one game. It was either against City or United where he was just like the standout player for me. It was in the knockout phase. I can't remember which Manchester club he played against, but I thought he was
City.
really good. I think it was City too, yeah.
This is a big jump. From 27 points, we go to 46 points. Okay. In 5th spot, it is Ice baby, Cole Palmer.
Oh, I was thinking of it as a right winger, man. That's wide.
I knew you were gonna
Yeah,
say
man,
that.
I
Yeah.
know.
If it makes you feel any better, even if you had him in, he would still be here in terms of points. Like even if you gave him like a full 10 points, for example, he would still be in this
Damn.
exact spot. So it doesn't change anything. Yeah. Parsa had him in at 6. I had him in at 7. Evie had him in at 2. Naeem, like we said, did not have him in there at all.
Oh my
Greg-
God, man.
Greg had him in at 4. Serge had him in at 6. Matt had him in at 3. Parham had him in at 3. Evie, you can start off with Cole Palmer.
bro, he's a baller, bro.
2 is
First off,
crazy.
he was
He
literally-
hasn't scored or assisted in like
He
4 or
hasn't
5
done
games or some shit, bro.
11 games, bro.
11
Not 4
games.
or
There you
5,
go.
yeah.
What the fuck?
Bro,
Okay,
But
but
you were,
first off,
but you were also glazing him. You were glazing him bare when he was on that run, Parsa.
I did.
Yeah, you
said,
were like,
I said
yo,
right now with this form.
No,
Like,
but
yeah,
you were
but
like,
Chelsea's
yo,
been
is he
shit
better
too.
than Saka and shit? I remember, bro.
Chelsea's
I
been
thought at
shit
that
too, to be
point,
honest.
he
Yo,
was on
we were
fire,
literally, we were talking about him being like team of the season, bro. Like, come on,
I
his
agree with that.
stats. Only person who has better stats with him is Verts. That's it. Like, he's still a good player. Obviously, just Chelsea's been shit lately, but I'm not gonna base it off that.
Like 11 games is a lot, bro. That's almost like
He scores bangers though. Like,
2.5 months of games.
Nah, he's a very good player, bro. I'll be honest with you. Like the top 5, they're all very, very good players. That's the thing. So it kind of depends on how you view it.
I think if he had someone like Holland or like if they actually had a proper striker, bro, like he'd be doing that whole team would be doing a lot better. Okay, so I think 6, 7. I think those are kind of make sense there because He had a great start. Been cold for too long now. Like, we're not talking a couple of weeks. It's been too long.
Yeah.
That was my main reason. Otherwise, I think he would have taken KDB's spot for me. He would have been in the top 5.
Yeah, he was interchangeable with my 6 for me. But he came in clutch for England at the Euros as well, for example. Naeem, you thought of him as a right winger?
I just thought of him as a winger, so I left him out.
Where would you have him?
Nice one. Where would you have him? Yeah,
I'd probably have him 4th, honestly.
Yeah,
I'd have him
fair.
4th.
Fair. Yeah. So that was Cold Palma. We are going to continue. 56 points. In 4th spot, we have Florian Wirtz.
Nice.
I will let you know. I will let you know where we had him. I will let you know where we had him. I will let you know who did not rate that, brother. I had him in at 2. Parsa had him in at 2. Evie had him in at 1. Naeem had him in at 1. Greg had him in at 6.
What?
Serge had him in at 4. Matt had him in at... Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Oh my
Matt had him in that 4. Parham had him in that 2. Greg is the one that killed him at the end of the day. Like, Serge, Matt, they had him in that 4, which I can see. But 6, bro, under Odegaard is insane. I can't lie, Greg. And I hope you're watching this, fam. I hope you're watching this. Because we're going to have you on the next episode or some shit like that.
That's crazy.
Bro, we're going to have that brother on the right wing
Yo,
episode.
call
I
him,
wanna see
call
what
him
he
right
says
now,
about-
bro. Call him right now and tell him to join this. Tell him to join this call.
He's
Get
busy
a
right
court
now.
order. Get a court order and knock on this man's house, bro.
Yeah, bro, there's
I
no
want
way
to
that...
know the reason. I want to know the reason.
Below
genuinely.
Odegaard.
There's
That's
no
wild.
way. He's
Below
probably going to
Odegaard.
comment, bro. He's going to comment, bro. He's going to comment. But there's no way that Florian Wirtz is under Odegaard, bro.
Yeah,
He's the only one that had him under Odegaard, basically. The only one. Everyone had Odegaard under Wirtz by a mile, some people as well. Like by 3 spots, I would say, or something like
It's a
that.
howler.
Bro, they were opposite ends to the list for me.
Well, he had Odegaard 1 above Wirtz. But even then, I think that's still crazy. I can't lie, bro.
Bro, when I was thinking of like what a typical like 10 does, he's the first name that comes to my mind. Like especially when you think about like
Exactly.
Wirtz can do everything like that you want in a cam, which is what's insane. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, he's insane, bro.
Evie and Naeem, you guys can talk about him first because you had him in at first. So
Well, it looks like Evie. We'll start off with that. If Evie walks into a room and he says, "I'm Florian Wirtz," people would literally believe him. They think he's a Bundesliga
I think
attacking
that was a
midfielder.
goalie.
Dude, he was so good. Like in 20, I want to say like 2020 or 2019, like that 1920 season, he was just like insane. Like he had that statistic, like he had his breakthrough, and it kind of put him on the map. Just like
And he's been
who's this
consistent,
teenager
bro.
that's like,
Since then.
yeah, that was going crazy for Leverkusen, and then I think he was so important for that Leverkusen like title. I think he's like that. He's really that centerpiece, and he's just a midfield metronome. He's a maestro. You know, he orchestrates that midfield. You know, whether it's creating chances, scoring goals, assists. Like he kind of has that whole package. And then that's the first. Again, Evie mentioned this. That's the first name I thought of when Gent asked me like, who are your top 10 attacking midfielders? The first thing I was like, bro, attacking midfielders are like dying. That's why I told him like, bro, who the hell are attacking midfielders in this day and age? But I think Wirtz is like click. He's that attacking midfielder.
2 years in a row, he's also like producing the stats for it too, double digits in goals and assists, and he's showing up in the Champions League.
Euros
And
as well.
he also had an ACL injury, right? Like he came back and he's literally playing the same. Like how many people can you say do that? So
Can use both feet as well. I've seen him score some bangers with his right, bro. He's actually so good, man. He's so good.
you can't even say like his team is doing him favors, bro. Like Bayer, like they're not the best team, so you can obviously see him shine in that team more, right? Like it's not like he's being carried all the time.
Bro, I saw this crazy debate going around Twitter like a few weeks. It was like, would you pick Cole Palmer or Florian Wirtz? I'm telling you, if Florian Wirtz's name was like Frank George, the Chelsea fans would think Palmer's better than Wirtz, of course. But if he was English, they'd rate him higher.
Last year. But yeah, Florian Wirtz, bro, like he's so complete as a cam.
Yeah.
He's so good shooting, passing, creativity, dribbling, whatever you want, both feet, you know, like literally everything.
I think that he was one of the like a centerpiece of that team that was able to finally beat Bayern, and to
100%.
have a historic run for the invincible season for them. He's going to be a very key player in a future team, and he will help.
City,
yeah, I think he is. I think people are going to see what a revolutionary type of player he is for whatever team he plays for, because he fits into that system, man. And he's like Naeem said, he's like a true definition of a cam. So if he goes to Madrid, City, whatever, like a team that needs a true cam, yeah, he's gonna. I mean, bro, I wouldn't even be surprised. Like Ballon d'Or shouts at some point. Like I genuinely wouldn't be surprised.
And we gave our flowers to him in an early episode. He was in their Champions League team season. Remember that one? We gave our flowers to him in that one. So if you want to see that as well,
we are gonna enter our podium now. So, like I said, 2 points above Florian Wirtz. In third spot, a brother that I think is hugely overrated. We have Jude Bellingham in at third. Parsa had him in at third. Evie had him in at fourth. Naeem had him in at fourth. Greg had him in at first. Serge had him in at third. Matt had him in at fifth. Parham had him in at 4th. I had him the lowest. I had him in at 6th. It's the same thing that I've said before, bro. Like last year, everyone was glazing him. This year, they're not glazing him that much. Now, are they? Even towards the end of last season as well, they weren't glazing him that much. But bro, Bellingham, he's a very good player at the end of the day. But I'll be honest with you, I don't know. I think his best virtue, in my opinion, is his box crashing. Like he's very good at kind of knowing where the ball is gonna land. Always, that's the thing. But
Big body too, like he usually gets to the end of the.
if I'm talking about creativity and dribbling, he's a decent dribbler. But again, creativity, he's not the best. The numbers as well back that up. He's just, in my opinion, he's overrated. It's the pretty boy tax, in my opinion. That's the only thing, bro. And the GA stats. Everyone nowadays they look at GAs, but like, bro,
Yeah, his numbers are good, to be honest. Like they're always going to be good, even if he plays shit.
because
Like,
that's the thing. He's always in the right spot. That's
Yeah,
the thing,
exactly.
you know. But like if I need a creator or something like that, I'm not gonna call up Jude Bellingham or anything like that. I'll be honest with you, bro. But yeah,
he's a baller though. Like
He
I
is,
can't
yeah.
lie, he's a baller. Yeah.
He is.
Yeah,
But
honestly, in hindsight, I would probably move him down to like 5th. But I think he's one of the most complete players that we have in our list. But the thing about the cam position is you're actually not looking for a complete player in cam. You're looking for like a creative machine. Like
Yeah.
KDB always says, it's like passing accuracy is a stupid stat for a cam, right? Like you want someone that is risky and who knows when to risk it. It's about risk assessment as a cam. Like, you
Yeah.
know, I know this ball might not reach him, but this is the perfect time to put it in because it could convert into a goal. I don't think Jude's that person. He can do it, and we've seen him he's put some amazing balls in. He's had some great assists, but I don't think he's going to be that creative heart of the team. He's a goal scoring machine. He's relentless, bro. This guy can just run, like he just won't stop. He's tall, he's strong, he's got decent pace. You know, I just don't, he's not a cam. Like if he played like a box to box, like I think that's like kind of like where he should be playing. But man, he still shines, and that Madrid team knows how to market him. So it really does give extra points to him. I would probably, like hindsight, I would bring him down a little bit, but he still had a great season number wise. And even when you watch him, he's still good, bro. But like
he also ghosts in so many big
he
games,
goes,
bro.
and I think the reason he goes is because, first of all, like my first argument would be that this Madrid team is not the best. It's been horrible, but we can study last season towards the second half, and the same thing happened.
Yeah.
And I think he's really, I think this gimmick of playing cam and in that position is not going to last longer. Like I think it's only a matter of time before it starts to impact his performance.
Naeem, anything you want to add? Because I remember you
Dude,
said he's the best midfielder in the world when we did our FIFA ratings or
And
something like that.
At the time, I thought he was. You know, I think he was last season. I really rate him highly, but again, I don't think he's a cam. I mean, actually, Get forced me to put him on this list, bro. I didn't even have him. I think there's 3 English like players out there that are more of like pure 10s. Like I'm not listing them actually. Like, I think Madison's more of an attacking midfielder. Everett, even Foden, I think, is a better attacking midfielder than Jude is. He's just like, he's not the first name you think of when you think of attacking midfielders, right? Like,
I'm happy that I don't think a lot of people regard him as the best midfielder in the world anymore,
definitely not this season.
which is good, an eye opener for some mans.
Yeah.
But anyways, we will continue to second and first, boys. We will do second and first together. I will let you know. So second ended up with 64 points. Okay, so they ended up with 6 points above Bellingham, and then first ended up with 70 points. So 6 points between second and first. I will let you know. I know who first is hoping it is, but I will let you know. In second spot, we have Bruno Fernandes.
Oh,
And then in first spot, we have
Musiala, bro.
Jamal Musiala.
No.
Okay.
This is a horrible list. Yo, delete the episode, bro. Delete the episode.
Alrighty. Okay, I will. So let's start off with Bruno. Okay, Bruno Fernandes. Parsa had him as the best cam in the world. Okay, Evie had him in at 5th. Naeem had him in at 3rd. Greg had him in at 2nd. Serge also had him as the best cam. Matt as well in number 1. Parham had him in at 6. I had him in at 5th.
Bro, he is carrying a dog shit team, and for how long?
Yeah, that's true.
I think that he has, I've said this before, I think that he has the same skill set that KDB has. I really do believe that. I think that if he played at City like he did, he would have shined so much more. Imagine you have to feed Xerxes and Højlund to score. You know what I mean? Like it's ridiculous, bro. If sometimes when I watch him play, it feels like, you know, like when you used to play soccer in high school, and then like your coach would get on and he would like bully all the kids, and he's just playing with all the kids and stuff. It kind of just feels like that, but it feels like a coach playing with like a bunch of kids. For him to be able to do what he's done consistently, bro. Like this guy doesn't miss a beat. Like he barely gets injured. He's always running all games, and I think he has like some of them, like he's top 3 for most chances created in the league. He has really good defensive stats too as a cam, which because of the way we play, obviously he's going to have higher defensive stats because we kind of lay back and we wait to counter. But regardless, like he's just a beast. He's not the best. He's not the greatest captain. But just talking about like a true definition of a cam, I think he's again one of the last few people that you can truly say like he's a creative machine. And I think honestly, it's just disrespectful, bro. It's just disrespectful to put him behind Musiala. Musiala's been like not that consistent. If Bruno lost to Wirtz right now, like I would be happy with that. I think that is a valid person to lose to. If I wasn't so biased, I might have put Wirtz at first.
My only thing
I
with
don't
Bruno-
want to pull up the receipts with you, but you remember that we did a start bench sell, right?
Yeah.
And it was
No, I
Jude,
don't remember
it
it,
was
bro.
it was Jude,
Yeah, let's hear
Wirtz, and Musiala. Do you know who your number 1 was?
Probably Jude.
No, Jude was 3rd, Musiala was 1st, and Wirtz was 2nd when we did it.
Ouch.
Because that's what I said, and you were like, I agree.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Dude,
So-
my biggest thing about Bruno, how many times have you seen him give up on the play?
Oh yeah, that's
He has
true,
a
bro.
goal.
That's true.
Or
I
how
can't
many
lie.
times has he complained, gotten a red because he doesn't want to play anymore?
Bro,
That's true.
put yourself in his position, bro. You would have killed yourself if you were him.
No, dude, that's why I rate him. I think
Why
he's the
now?
best in the Prem because he's carrying that team, but it's a 14th place team, bro, with him at the helm. Let's not forget that.
It depends how you look at it, though. Some people could be like, yeah, exactly. So he's playing with shit players, you know.
There's 2 ways of looking at it, and
But
I'm
also,
trying to-
you could say that because he's surrounded by shit players, he is noticed more.
Signs, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So
I
it depends.
mean, yeah.
I don't
It's a
think
double-edged
that,
sword.
bro. I don't think. I
I'm
think
just
he
saying.
is world class. I think.
No, I agree with that.
There's a reason he's second on this list, bro. Like he didn't end up
I
second
agree
on
with
this
that. I
list.
agree
for
with
some
that.
delusion. I mean, Musiala saw it too, bro. But yeah, I mean that's my take on
Man,
the Bruno bit.
Bruno Fernandes flopped at Udinese, flopped at Sampdoria, so world class in the Premier League.
That's all I'm saying, bro.
Where's the Farmers League? Where's the Farmers League?
Yeah,
at?
where's the Farmers League at now, bro? Flopped at
Crazy.
Novara.
Bro, I don't even know if you're like throwing like pasta brands at me or if these are actual.
Yeah,
things right now,
exactly.
bro.
Like, you should ask Bruno, bro. He struggled. You'll know about it.
You had him in that 3rd, bro. Why are you roasting him? You still had him in the podium.
I'm just saying, he hates Serie A, but then his favorite player is
Bro,
like.
I can
didn't
say
do
the same
well.
shit. I can say Pulisic was shit in EPL,
Oh, he
and then
wasn't.
he went
He
to
was- no, he
Serie A
wasn't.
and he started ripping
His
it
first
up.
season,
Yeah,
he was
he was
actually quite
garbage,
good.
bro. He was
Bro,
garbage.
his
There was
first
so many
season, he had a
garbage-
perfect. No, in
there's-
his
there was
first season, he wasn't. That's not
so
true at
many
all.
garbage EPL players that went.
You know,
to
he won
Serie
the
A and
Champions
started
League,
ripping it
which
up.
United hasn't won in decades. Like
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Also, Bruno goes against big teams a lot, bro. Only Arsenal you'll play well against, to be honest, but that's not really a big team, some would say.
He does ghost in some big games, I can't lie. But also, like, yeah, just the attitude, bro. The way that he gives up on some plays, like that 7-0, bro. How many times did he give up on that play against Liverpool in that 7-0? It was actually embarrassing at one point. They were
Why do you have
like
to bring that up, bro?
everyone, because I remember that very vividly. But he does that a few times, bro. Like I understand, like it's frustrating, maybe playing with shit players at the end of the day, but still. But he does have the quality, bro. In
Bro,
terms
I
of
get- I
like
get
chances created, like he's up there for sure. So that's the
Can
thing.
Has,
Can we talk about?
Has Musiala lost 7-0? Has Wirtz lost 7-0? We need to. Can we bring this up? Or?
Jamal Musiala ended up in 1st, like I said. Now will let you know where everyone had him. So I had him in at 1st. Parsa had him in at 4th. Evie had him in at 3rd. Naeem had him in at 2nd. Greg had him in at 3rd. Serge had him in at 2nd. Matt had him in at 2nd. Parham had him in at 1st.
Tell me how he's
Um,
over Wirtz, bro. Tell me this.
Yeah, actually,
You guys-
Yeah,
I
honestly-
agree
Yeah.
with that, bro.
Bro, I was looking at this, like, first off, he doesn't have as many assists as you would want in a cam. And when you look at his stats, he has one big weakness: his progressive passes, bro.
Mm-hmm.
He's in the 50th percentile for that. So as a cam, he's playing it too safe, right? Like he's in a way he's almost playing like a striker because he's mostly in the box and scoring. So that's why I
Mostly
kind of
big
didn't
games,
think of
yeah.
him as like my typical cam, like my typical 10, but
Yeah.
only because he's young and he's like a very good dribbler. Like obviously there's potential there, but
So honestly, the lowest was 4th.
Parsa hates him, bro.
Parsa had him in at 4th.
Don't rate the brother.
And again, he had him below Bellingham and Wirtz. When we did the other one, he said that Musiala was number 1.
I was talking about talent, bro. I think that was.
Oh.
that
yo,
was talent.
even when I look at his stats,
Don't
Like,
switch
like,
up.
I know, I'm serious. I think he's the most talented of those 3. He's the most elusive dribbler. Like he's the most fun to watch, 100%.
So he's the best player?
In some ways, you can say he's the most talented. I'm not saying he's the best player because this is the circumstances that we're talking about right now is the best cam, right? And
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So is he the best player
as a
between the 3?
cam or as
No,
a,
just the best player.
he's the most
Quality wise.
talented. He's the most
Quality
talented.
wise.
He's the most
Okay,
talented.
so he has the most quality, but he's not the best cam in your opinion. That's what
No.
you're saying.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly why. Like, yes, like I think Xavi Simmons, for example, is more talented than Wirtz, right? Like if we're talking about talent, like if we're talking about the potential where they can go,
Xavi Simmons is more talented than Wirtz?
No, it's a hot take,
don't
bro.
know. I
I
don't
don't
think
know
so,
about
man.
that.
I would say so, bro. He started doing.
I love Xavi Simmons.
I love him too because I started following him early on.
I was
He's
just trying to get that promotion.
for a long time, but I'm just trying to say that as a cam, like Evie's giving the stats right now. So I was looking at his assists, his progressive passes. I don't think he's better than Wirtz as a cam or Bruno.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, I think
He's
also
a
in the
way more
future.
talented player, sure, but cam, like I wouldn't if I had to take a cam right now for my team. If I need someone to create chances for my striker, I'm gonna go with Bruno Wirtz. I think you'd be kind of stupid to choose Musiala. Musiala is more so the person you choose when you already have like these fundamentals figured out, and you need someone to come in with that flair, with that extra like creativity to add to your team. I wouldn't start with him as a cam.
So for me, it was between Wirtz and Musiala. That was my number 1 and 2. And it was very close for me. I'll be honest with you. Like before, I thought Musiala was like a little ahead of Wirtz. Now, I do feel like it is much, much closer for me as well. But I do see your point where as a cam, if I'm doing it strictly as a cam, I think maybe I would have had Wirtz over Musiala, interchange them. But the thing is, but not over Bruno. Because Bruno has better chance creation, for example.
Yes.
But Musiala has very good shooting and also dribbling as well. Musiala is probably the best dribbler here on this list, for
100%.
example.
Yeah.
That's the thing. But Wirtz, I feel like Wirtz can do the dribbling, can do the shooting, can do the creating as well. So maybe I could have interchanged them now that I
There
think
you
about
go.
it.
Yeah.
But I do think that
Yeah.
Musiala is more talented overall. I don't know how to explain that. The way that you kind of explained
That's
it.
exactly what I'm saying. I understand. Yeah.
But as a cam, I probably, now that I think about it, maybe I would have had Wirtz. But again, Musiala for me, bro, I just love Musiala. I think he's the most talented. When Wirtz is missing, you can also tell when Musiala is missing at Bayern.
Yeah.
You know? And you can also argue that Wirtz in maybe not a better team than Bayern, if he goes missing, they notice it more because the level of the players isn't the same as at Bayern. So if Musiala's missing at Bayern with higher level players, but you still notice him not being there, then you could say that, yo, that's a big impact that he has on the team. Because they still have Kane, they still have Olise, but you can still notice when Musiala isn't there. You see what I mean?
But bro, I'm looking at his goals.
What?
Hofston Kit. Wait, look at this team.
Wilson
Hofston
Keel.
Kit.
Wilson Keel.
Yeah, Hofston Kiel.
Yeah, that one.
St. Pauli.
He's
Heidenheim.
ghosted. Or he's ghosted.
Like
games there.
Werder Bremen, bro. Yeah, they're in the bottom though.
Yeah.
Augsburg. Like, bro, like he's not facing big
problem.
competition.
But I mean, you can say the same thing for Wirtz because they're both the same league.
But Wirtz at least has the
But,
stats to back it up.
But the thing is, like, my question to you is,
Yeah, but Wirtz is like the focal point, whereas
Yes.
Musiala isn't.
No, it's-
Musiala, they have Kane, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
bro, the
Musiala
Yeah,
isn't
they have
gonna
a
be
better
the.
team.
But yeah, exactly. But Musiala isn't gonna be like the beacon for them. You know what I mean? That
I get,
like,
but that's also what I want in a cam. Like, I want the play to be centered around you, right? And Wirtz, I think, can do that.
then why do you not have Bruno high up?
Because Bruno's in 14th place, bro.
Doesn't mean
that's
anything.
the
He's
thing.
not. No. I just caught you right now, bro. I just literally caught you right now. You can apply the same thing for Bruno. Bruno's
First off,
literally the focal point.
Bruno also goes against big games. I literally just said Bruno goes against big teams.
Where did you have
and
Jude on
beat
your
them.
list?
Cook him, bro. Cook him.
Jude
Yeah.
was fourth, I think.
Jude and
Jude goes too, bro.
Nah, come on.
That's what I'm
What?
saying, bro. Like,
Bro, Jude goes to the
Jude
second
doesn't
half of the
ghost?
entire season, bro.
Bro,
bro, what are you talking about here?
Yo, who is this guy, bro?
Yeah, it's just because he doesn't
What
have anything to
is
say about the
this?
Bruno thing now, bro.
no.
That's the
I'm
thing.
thinking about it right now. But Bruno's still in my top 5, though.
Yeah, I know,
Bruno's
but
still-
you,
What's your top 5? What's this guy's top 5, bro? Tell me.
Wirtz, Palmer,
Wirtz,
Musiala,
Palmer,
Bruno,
Musiala,
Bruno.
Bellingham.
Palmer
Bro,
second?
Palmer the same thing. Palmer is the same thing, bro. Palmer
No,
is
but
like the
Palmer-
beacon of the team.
We were
You can
talking about
apply
Palmer
this-
being team of the season, though.
Palmer's
Okay.
ghosted for 2 months, bro.
Bro, first off, like, we're basing it off technical ability too. We're basing it off technical ability too, bro. Sorry, I'm not paying attention.
Okay,
That's
yo,
fine.
yo.
Palmer
okay.
have more technical ability than Bruno, Evie?
Bro, Bruno has some disgusting stuff, bro.
I don't know. I think so. I would say.
I don't know about that. Bruno has some nasty stuff, bro. Like I've seen this his free kick that Odegaard tried to do, and then he fucking hit the. I don't even know what he hit.
Anyways, leave Bruno
Bro.
out of this, bro.
No,
We're talking about
can I say
Musiala.
something? Can I say something
Yeah.
about this? World Cup Germany, you're the head coach, okay?
Yeah.
Are you putting Wirtz in the cam position and Musiala on the wing, or are you doing vice versa?
Well, they both play.
I know, but I'm saying, who are you gonna put as a cam?
Probably just sticking
I
with
would
both.
do the same as Nagelsmann. Nagelsmann does a double like
Double
2 10s.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would do. That's what I'm saying. If I had to pick one,
that doesn't help. That doesn't help the situation.
exactly, that's
Like-
what I'm saying. No, but like I agree with you. Like I said, like maybe now that I'm thinking of it, maybe I would have Wirtz and then Musiala. But again,
think-
that doesn't change anything. 1 point doesn't change anything.
No, it doesn't. No, I get it. I get it. I
So-
mean, I'm pretty happy. I mean, what's our top 10?
Honestly, the top 5 cams are like a higher level above every other cam.
Yeah,
to be honest,
100%. I agree with that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
I don't agree with that.
Minus
My-
Jude.
my
I
boy
actually
Danny,
would take
Danny
Jude.
Olmo's in at 6, so I don't agree
Okay,
with
Danny
that.
Olmo
Maybe
is
six.
With a
bro.
full
Danny
season, that
Olmo,
could change.
There you guys have it. That was our top 10 cams in the world. As we said, Jamal Musiala ended up in number 1. And number 2, we had Bruno Fernandes. And then third, we had Jude Bellingham. Hold up. We've just witnessed a robbery. Florian Wirtz was actually shorted 10 points. With that corrected, he finishes with 66 points, putting him second overall. Somebody's getting fired. A lot of crazy shouts in there, I can't lie, but we want to hear from you guys. Let us know what you guys think in the comments down below. Who do you think is the best cam in the world? And let us know if we miss anyone, honestly, because there are a lot of talents out there. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, and until then, we'll catch you on the next one. Easy.